sound except the crackling of the fire. Well, aside from the roaring of the vile evil's creatures, of course. Once the plundering and arson had gone on long enough, the hinterland conquering evil's army marched on.
50 minutes. I mean, 10 minutes. But under.
The crossing, followed by Thanos, the heavy-handed evil's army moved further towards their actual goal. But for that, it would require a ship.
Let's get a ship.
Talia and the truly offensive evil's armies continued marauding and running through the fields of wheat. Somewhere behind them, Thanos picked up their trail, but he had no inkling of the corrupting evil's true destination, Termite Island. A fleet would be needed to get to Termite Island, and, as everyone knew, the two Left Hands evil and its creatures were not exactly gifted shipbuilders. And so it was that the Horde stood before the gates of fantastic Lakesville. The inhabitants of Lakesville worshipped the sun and had even erected a number of temples that captured the sunlight. The light they collected strengthened the inhabitants of Lakesville in a truly unpleasant manner, which made them dangerous opponents indeed. On top of that, sunshine made them a little over the top in the gung-ho department. A number of battle-hungry troops had already rushed out to head for the dungeon.
What? Alert! Come, creatures of evil, prepare to defend against intruders! Beat them, break their legs, pick their noses!
Sit down in a circle?
Just shut it! Tear out their arms, twist their necks, give them wedgies!
Battle began in the underground. Meanwhile, the heroes on the surface continued to bathe in the sunlight.
It's getting to be about time for night to fall.
What? Night? Oh, okay. Night slowly fell over Lakesville as the sun sank and finally disappeared. The sun praisers of Lakesville shivered a little as they were used to sizzling in the sun. At the same time, they were overcome with a deep fatigue that led the overwhelmed guards to fall asleep. Only a few heroes were still on their feet.
Excellent! Finally, this narrator does something useful for a change.
Ungrateful lot. Fine then. Heh. The night wouldn't last forever, though, and daybreak was approaching fast. It seems the days just flew by in Lakesville. Must be all that fresh sea air. The moon had risen. It was night.
So the fact that it gives you 8 minutes is a lot.
We should take advantage of the opportunity and attack them now, while they're all asleep.
That would be unwise. I would suggest something else.
Ugh, what now?
Do you want to talk things out again? Or do you have some other
Hippie hogwash you want to share?
No, not this time. I wanted to suggest that we focus on defending the dungeon and build a few defenses. Otherwise, they'll overrun us at daybreak.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea. But attack is the best defense.
This one.
What can I do for you?
As long as you tack.
Even though the heroes of Lakesville were indeed getting their beauty sleep, it was doubtful that they would sleep through any violence directed their way. And it was also likely that the destruction of any buildings or the like would make a perfect alarm clock.
Right then. Just hit them hard enough and they'll close their little eyes again. Oh, you are so evil. I know. Thanks for the compliment.
In order to be able to defeat Lakesville's daylight active heroes, the hard-hearted evil would have to use the lecture hall. There, scrolls could be examined, which would make things already researched even better.
Sounds pretty damn sensible to me. We could use all the help we can get against these sunbathing goody two-shoes.
My favorite thing possible. They won't do anything there until later.
Payday!
Right now my main focus is trying to minimize how much I have to deal with. I can't deal with this for a while. Doors.
I won.
I could deal with this.
This power, it's so incredibly strong.
Those are a couple of the Ironhides I sent to scout around. They've been captured. We should free them. Then I can punish them for failing.
Great plan! Although it looks like those guards are full to the eyebrows with caffeine. None of them are going to be sleeping tonight. All-crushing evil simply plowed right through the Ironhide's weedy guards. Thoroughly impressed, they happily joined the evilest of all evil's army.
Simply let themselves be captured. Losers.
Saying something like that now is rather amusing, considering that in the future... but I digress.
Wait, what
On
happens
we
in the
go.
future? What happens in the future? I think this cave needs to be adjusted a little more.
The exploring evil's little snots had discovered a scroll in the underground. Now it only needs to be taken to a lecture hall.
What are you sleeping on? I just sent you a scroll.
The digging in the dungeon had paid off, for the truffle pig evil's little snots had found a scroll. Now it only needed to be taken to a lecture hall so it could be used.
Okay, I'll admit. When it comes to this, the ultimate, most destructive thing you can get. Rotating flame and heater. You can't get better than that. And I mean this with once you get atomic traps. You literally can't get better.
The sun would soon rise.
I mean this by how many times I have done so many trap tests. I saw in the beginning.
It was morning.
You can't be.
The excavation-crazy evil had uncovered an underground room containing a scroll. This needed to be taken to a lecture hall as quickly as possible.
Lecture halls. They are the epitome of being too damn good. Heroes are being formed.
Payday!
I mean, I've completely defended as much as possible.
There are enemies in your dungeon. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Where's the turkeys?
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Working on it.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Okay.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
I need to stop being enemies in my dungeon.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Not.
No! I'll be back.
Soon, night would descend upon the land.
Yeah, once that happens. I will not be expanding this time when it comes to night. Outside. Even though it'd be lovely
There are
to take out
enemies
those
in your
cannons
dungeon.
and
Payday.
assholes. I need more of that. I want to get there through here.
Night was falling.
Four goblins, yep, that's what I need. I need that resource. Oh, thank you, night. Everyone's asleep. For this building. I can focus. Oh. But, yeah, I really wish this game had better trap stuff. No. Wait. Magic of God. Always keeping the goals in mind when you want to go upgrade stuff. Buying more. Almost not. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm just fortifying everything. I am fortifying so much because we need to. Constantly needs all that Tinker's Cave just constantly needs stuff. Look at that down at not adding. Rotating flames. This is why you don't really need much.
It's payday.
do. Suppose I'm gonna fortify one area. Secondly, I'm gonna make my way to the edges. I'm looking for an infinite gold mine.
The sun would soon be rising. Dawn was breaking.
I need to start upgrading that. These heroes are only gonna get stronger by the time the game gets over.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Yep, that's what I saw. There you go. Much as I don't agree with doing this method because it's kind of cheap. Do is it?
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Two maximum goblins.
Oh. Enemies have entered the dungeon.
For the absolute evil!
Your little snots have dug out a new room.
Yeah, I don't exactly always agree with making long way. But it is useful.
There are enemies in your dungeon. It's payday.
Stop branching out.
Ouch! Ouch!
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Now, it's not complete yet, but it will be the definition of death once I get it ready. More thoughts.
The bustling evil had discovered a room in the underground.
Beautiful. Okay. Okay, a little bit. Attack my wooden door. What did I do to you? It did nothing. This is why we need to find that infinite mine.
There are enemies in your dungeon. The sun began to sink. Soon it would be nightfall. Dragons have nested in the underground.
Oh, beautiful. Deal with them.
Oh, days like these are hard on the nerves. We'd be better off concentrating on the defenses for now.
That sounded like a great plan. Yet the underground wasn't necessarily safe. Maybe those sneaky little heroes still had an ace up their sleeves.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Do you always have to be so vague?
Of course, this is the bit where I ramp up the excitement. I mean, how boring would it be if I were just to reveal everything right now?
Extremely unboring.
Just go with it.
Oh yeah, make that money.
Payday.
Look at that efficiency go up. Beautiful. Oh, the heroes are gonna have a lot of fun soon. This is the second night I'm doing this, but then next night, I promise I will be invading. Currently, it's fetch a bunch of money, get all that stuff. Ooh, mysterious pulp stuff. Wonder what that will do. Oh, they just go faster. Oh. Well, the snots don't have to deal with this about. That's about the case. Oh. Automatic heater. More heaters. More heaters! You know what? This is a little extra. But why not? Gotta add the final touches.
The sun would soon be rising. Payday.
Automatic room is almost completely done.
It was morning.
I just need to get this one next. Now within a minute, have everything I need there.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
What enemy?
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Tier 2. This is freaking insane. They still stay on fire for longer. Now you're done. Oh, is it the most perfect? No. It can get worse. Much, much worse. But we can't access that yet. But fire is still always. Alrighty then. That's taken care of. Good. Deal with that.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Enemies, eh? Won't be for long, that's a dang sure.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Time to actually upgrade my forces. Because what part of my forces if I can't have them do better? Oh. More thoughts!
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Payday.
The only reason I'm doing this, I need room for more. Also, teleporting 3000 is the most useful book if you get to it. But we will not be fiddling too long. Too much longer now. We will be leaving and attacking soon. Yes, people of the outer world. We will suffer.
Soon, night would fall.
This is where I want to start switching my forces up. Because those are beautiful. Undead are beautiful.
Your little
undying
snots have
creatures.
dug out a room. Night was falling.
Night has fallen. Let it be known. I will leave all the tinkerers. Leave that many.
Good.
We will now attack.
Ouch!
King attack of the technically a cannon will count at the tower.
The darkness-loving evil's armies had reached one of the sun temples that made Lakesville's heroes so powerful.
That thing has to be destroyed. Right, everybody. Sunblock on, and let's get to it.
Veteran is going down.
Payday.
Look at these houses, they can't even do anything. Sleeping. Fun tower.
Ouch! Ouch! Just wait.
Something tells me I can't. Part of the fact that I just lost like 2 guys to it, but you know, I was just aching at me. I can't. Oh, we didn't find that diamond, baby. Oh. Feels like we can upgrade that. Cause look, it's already at max. Well, that's a shame. Would be also a shame if I had made them have to walk even more. I don't know. Let's check back in 10 seconds. Oh, look! They're not done walking. Get back to walk, Snots.
Sunrise was approaching fast.
We did advance a bit, but not to a great degree. Nowhere to where we need to be. Something. Well, why we're gonna start shucking undead at stuff? Why do we do that? Why limit ourselves with my great death machine when we can make more great death machines?
It was morning.
Shh. Hey, listen. Does anyone else hear a strange scraping sound? Like the sound of someone digging through stone? I mean, aside from us, of course. Yeah, I hear it too. Which kind of makes sense, seeing as how we share a body. Yeah, maybe it's termites or something like that? Termites? In stone? So, like, stone termites? Ugh, total nonsense. Oh, well, it is a fantasy world, so who knows what kind of absurdities the writers will think up.
Stone termites sounded interesting. However, the explanation was much more banal, as some heroes were digging another entrance to the totally caught by surprise evil's dungeon.
What? Someone's tunneling through to us? Damn! Stop them!
The excavation site was accessible from the overworld. It became advisable to pay those troops a little visit to discourage them from their endeavors, permanently, which is to say, axe in the head. Payday!
I can't even reach them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it off.